On CT side, I think we would be able to see it because you can have those scenarios where you want to have an op up in A apartments and you want to have an op to hold long towards B, right?
Yep.
That new hallway that's been put in since the last update really just kind of funneling the terrorists through. If you can get an AWP there, we've even seen teams use SCAR 20s. Just if you can get something that can do massive damage right there, it can be deadly. But no, don't worry, guys. We're not live with the match yet. Not the pissed around yet. But right, I would be surprised if with the likes of Forest and Alu, we don't see if we don't see that that play. The thing is, right now, before we can even get to that question, as far as NiP are concerned, are they even going to be able to get rounds on the T side? That's their big focus right now. And what are they going to throw at us here in this pistol round? So I think the buys here are going to tell us a lot. And quad Kevlar, single flash and a smoke. Right. What do they have in mind? I wouldn't be surprised to see them gather up in B halls and try and bum rush B. That seems to be the case. They have the bomb already heading over there. Forest just magnificent with pistols. He's going to see if he can't get a pick elsewhere on the map, but here it is. NiP just taking over and just gathering up, and it does look like this is going to be the run and gun YOLO play.
Doxy now, look at this, pushing out very aggressively, and he's going to be able to call into the team, and look, they're going to get themselves nice and positioned ready for this B rush already.
4 already on B, right? Just because of the information that he's able to give. If they hang around much longer here, they actually have to worry about getting backstabbed by this guy, so this is big here. Shoxy just getting so much information for his team right now. Such a big play. He even spots out the man. It gets the headshot on Forest, and now this is going to force NiP's hand. NiP now have to make a decision. Where do we try and go and pick off Shoxy? Do we try and just go bum rushing onto the site? They have to know that Envy know that this is just a big play, but look at this, another headshot coming in from Shoxy.
Shoxy doing phenomenal work there, getting all the information, picking up 2 kills as well. Obviously, Alu just finishing them off there, but look, we can see EnVyUs, they've reacted straight away. A couple of players back near to the A bomb site, but NiP still seem committed towards B. Are they going to come through now and actually come from behind? And yes, they are. Happy can hear all of it. There we go, MBK opens up, gets the kill onto Freiburg. Fantastic work from him. MBK gets a second as well. Happy though, look at him in a great position. Gonna spot onto, and he does get the kill there. Very nicely done by him. And Get Right does finally get taken down towards the end there. EnVyUs, fantastic pistol round.
Yeah, just perfect on all fronts there. And NiP as well, right? Trying to go off of the information that they got, because for them it's a mental image that's starting to unfold. If they have Shoxy in their rear, they know that if they can kill Shoxy, maybe they can catch Envy off guard. But then Envy are the ones who are trying to shift it up. NiP tried to slip through the gap and try and go towards that site where there would only be one guy after having killed Shoxy. So they tried to adapt, but in the end, Envy were just able to land all the shots that they needed to lock down these bomb sites.
Oh, here it's going to stand. We've got a couple of Tech 9s in play, P250s as well from NiP. Going to have to make the most of it, but MBK's got the Mag 7 in hand, looking to do some damage, and he's heard them drop down. He's just going to wait for them to come round to him. And look at that Kiyoshima. He's picking up the kills as well. It's just demolishment from EnVyUs. Perfect round. Flawless from them. 2-0 up straight away, and good money.
Oh yeah, good money. Silly amounts of money going into the bank there for Envy. 3 shotgun kills. That is a stupid amount of money to be playing off of. I mean, that's an option. That's a real option now. Because now, I mean, even Shoxy, he's skimping. I'm expecting Shoxy to go for an AWP. That's what he's been doing. He takes it up into the A halls, starts to control that space where NiP are right now. Shoxy's going to be looking to get picks there earlier. Happy now actually spots one man go by, spots all of them, and now he has to back off. He has to play the waiting game and just hold this angle. Great HE there, doing massive damage, and so far he's doing a very good job. Shoxy looking for the flank, and he's going to be there to save the day as well.
And look at this from MBK, he's got one already, trying to fire off. Oh, he gets another one with the Mag 7. Shoxy comes round as well, and EnVyUs looking so dominant, so confident, and we're only on round 3.
Yeah, just look at that money, 8,600 on Shoxy. We're 4 rounds in, and just a stupid bank going up on Envy. Now, does Smiths hold on to this? Yeah, okay, get rid of that upgrade to the FAMAS. Not too worried about NBK sticking with the Swag 7 because there are certain positions on this map where you can get up close and really hold on to those. I think NBK actually, no, he did not miss his smoke. That is actually a really neat smoke.
We just keep seeing great smokes from these guys.
Clearly Envy have put the time in to prepare. This is just clear. This is work right here. This is work. This is sitting on the map and finding all the little angles to get the smoke to do exactly what you want it to do.
Oh, and look at that. Forest there just pushing out. Kiyoshima's going to get the first kill, though, onto Exist. And, well, Ninjas in Pajamas are 1 man down already early on. Get Right here, pushing around. He's going to try and find the opening. He needs to get this kill. He needs to even up the board. But look, they're waiting and ready for me. Oh, and he gets 2 of them. Huge for Get Right now. And Freiburg has opened up onto Shoxy, leaving it in at a 4 versus 2. EnVyUs did not expect that.
No, certainly not. This is so important for NiP as well. This is going to break the momentum that Envy have managed to get together, and there you go. I mean, Kiyoshima just trying to make something happen with a little pop flash there. It backfires on him, and then he literally gets shot in the face. So nothing going right here for Envy this round. Just great openings here for NiP. And Happy, all by his lonesome, walks into Forest. Crosshairs, of course, not going to miss a shot like that. And NiP, this is the first step towards victory for NiP. Because, okay, they lost the pistol, but they needed to win. They needed to win that 4th round bye. So now all of a sudden, Envy, all that money, it's a good thing that they got so many shotgun kills because they need to spend all of it now to get re-equipped.
And look at this, the double orb setup. We've got one on Smiths, one on Shoxy. This could be dangerous for NiP. If they get to leave themselves just hanging back a little bit too much, they're going to be completely taken advantage of. And Shoxy right now is just scoping round, playing quite aggressively here. Will he have heard that? Oh, and he went to take the shot, but couldn't quite make it. Dropped down to 58 health, and he's got no armor. He's got to be careful.
Am I seeing things, or did he actually tag up Freiburg? I don't think he did. I don't think Freiburg's playing over there. But that was something special, all right. Shoxy getting out of there in one piece is big. NBK playing in the drop-down room, takes out GetRight. Hard to do. GetRight is a master of that position.
Right now, Forest onto Shoxy. That's going to take one AWP out of the game, but they've still got to worry about Smiths. Happy, though, look at this. Comes around just at the right time, takes down Forest. EnVyUs do seem to be regaining a little bit of control, but not if Freiburg can help it. Taking down Happy, and now it's a 3 versus 3. Currently, EnVyUs being forced to push back a little bit here. They're on the bomb sites, and NiP are working their way up right now.
Fantastic flashes, though, to delay this push. Now this has bought valuable seconds for Envy to get into position to start holding things off. Freiburg saw them go jumping, so he knows that an extra man is down on that site, but NBK manages to clean up one. That's Freiburg being taken out there. But a great HE comes in from Alu. Smith returns with the AWP, drops the bomb carrier in front of him, and applies the pressure. Gets that smoke down, and now it's time for a hard decision here. Does Alu actually go walking through? And they are actually going to trade places. Alu doesn't realize. Oh!
Literally just a waiting game. Only a few seconds left on the clock.
And there it is.
Alu gets the better of him. Smith does go down, and very nice there, but that was so touch and go.
That was so close. And that must have been just that half-second hesitation there, some kind of timing, some kind of sixth sense kicked in for Alu for him to realize that Smith was in there lurking. But what a play from Alu. That's the kind of clutch play that he needed to pull off there. Perfectly done. NBK once again setting up a different smoke, as we can see. Goes gliding down to stop any kind of early rush onto long.
So
and instead,
effective.
Look at how closely they're going to be working in here. Already turning to the boost, but GetRight is savvy. GetRight is waiting, and he is not going to allow that to pass.
Yeah, GetRight getting the early kill, and that's just what they needed. Spamming through that smoke, the NBK dropped down earlier on as well, and wow, Exist taking off Kiyoshima. This is going in favor of NiP right now, but obviously it is the eco round for EnVyUs, and they are just going to be hanging back here. Oh, Alu just scratches the edge of Smiths there, getting him down, and GetRight's got to be careful. His head is poking out. NBK's trying to get better of him, but he can't quite make it, and it's going to be all up to Shoxy in a 1v5.
Oh, and Forest has been taking notes. This is Sempus' spot. And there you go. Shoxy knows where that spot is now because he actually went into a duel earlier with Semphis, and now he knows, okay, if I get shot from there, I kind of know where, but you really can only see the guy's shoulder there. So it's a really tricky position to be trying to pick off. I mean, I think that Shoxy would get a little bit frustrated there because he didn't have that AWP. But that's behind them now. Envy, now it's all about resetting. They've got they've got 5 rifles here, decent nades on their side, but no sniper rifles. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. They're going to have to adjust a little bit as to how they approach this. You know, taking this peak here is very hard because now they have to worry about Alu just waiting, lurking, holding this angle. But in the meantime, 2 kills coming in, 3 kills coming in for Envy, and that's a big deal. NiP just got eviscerated in the space of 3 seconds.
And I was almost worried there because I saw Alu picked up the AWP. I thought this was going to cause some real damage to EnVyUs. Look, they're just handling it so well. Alu's not even being spotted. Forest does take down NBK. Alu is trying to fire off shots there towards the middle area, but can't make anything of it yet. EnVyUs have got complete control right now.
And now this isn't about like strategy. This is literally about just trying to work together as a unit, potentially set up for trade kills. You can see that they're gathering up together now. So if they can actually manage to catch Kyoshima off guard here, this could be a big opportunity for NiP. And we have to see if Force is going to check right, and he does, but not too fast enough. Kyoshima takes the shoulder peek as well. He's going to set up that HC. Alu gets dropped down to 66, forced into the corner, and then sprayed down mercilessly. Free AWP for Kyoshima in the mix. Thank you for that party favor.
Yes, that was a flawless round from EnVyUs. Very well played from them. NiP just got picked apart one by one. Even when they were regrouping up there, it was just them trying to survive, and EnVyUs had complete control. NiP have been able to buy up fully. Again, they've got the AWP up on Alu. This time Smiths will be holding the AWP for EnVyUs, and MBK's up to the FAMAS in play, but look at this. Alu just being very cautious here, checking every angle, but he is out on his own currently. The rest of his team are towards B.
They've changed up the positioning here as well. Smith's now with that AWP, not holding close. He's definitely holding at the back of the side by Chicken Hut, but the smokes are going to go down here. Very nice lob there by Forrest to set it up, and the aggression catches Kyoshima off guard. This is all down to Smiths now to land the shots, and he's not going to get it. You can wallbang through here, so this is a high-pressure situation, and he's only going to get one frag out of it before getting taken down by Forrest.
Yeah, couldn't quite make it work from there. MBK spamming off with the FAMAS. Throws up a flash, trying to buy some time. The bomb has been planted now. Oh, and Alu does get the better of MBK there. Get right taken down by Shoxy. 3 versus 2. EnVyUs are under a little bit of pressure here. The bomb has been planted, and they are just out of position. Happy trying to get the kill there. Couldn't quite finish off Freiburg. Finds him exactly, finally gets the kill. Looking for the other players. They have an idea of where they are, can't quite make it yet. Just staying so defensive. Shoxy gets another one, but it's now a 1v1, and he's just too far away. That bomb's ticking too fast. And NiP are going to easily secure this round.
That was some fatalism there, you know, by Shoxy. He's like, if I'm going out, I'm taking you with me. He just realizes there's no way he's going to get out of there in time.
I'm going to stay, I'm going to deal with it. Just to try to get the kill.
This is a real problem for Envy. I'd almost say that this is calamitous, because now it's going to force them to put their backs to the wall again early in this half. But you can see where their money is at. It's just like, okay, Shoxy has enough for a glass cannon AWP, but then it's like 2 CZs, very limited nades. It's not a lot for Envy to work with here. So whatever. Oh, and look, they're going for this boost. This is very clever stuff here. Shoxy, he's like, okay, I'm not going to take the usual peek. Instead, I'm going to spot you out, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't react in time, and he doesn't get the read.
Literally just needed a couple more seconds there for him to move around, and Shoxy could have picked him off. Just holding it, hoping that he's going to walk in front of him, and yes, that's exactly what they needed. EnVyUs get the first kill onto Forrest there, but look where Freiburg's got himself. He does take down Shoxy, and that's going to just do a reply trade for him. Nicely done, and once again, Get Right playing his position, trying to look to see if we can find any of the CTs there. Nice and slow play as it stands, and just holding that perfect angle. Happy does manage to get Freiburg down though, so currently a 1-man advantage in favor of Team EnVyUs right now.
Envy really playing very carefully. Look at the not peeking. NBK could have very well peeked into that crosshair, but instead holds his ground, decides to shift it up. They're going to rotate back over to the A site, and this push begins. Get Right getting overwhelmed by Smith up close with that CZ75, and Kyoshima, he's alive on the site, and he just has to stay alive. All he has to do now is go for the shoulder peaks, but he decides to take the fight straight up. He's got the rotation coming in as well from his teammates, but it is unnecessary in the end. He does the job solo, gets all the frags, and there you have him right there in all his glory.
Cool, calm, and collected. That looked like easy work for Kyoshima right there.
Yeah, that definitely looked like, you know, just clocking in,
yeah, he's
clocking
like,
out.
I've done it, done my job, happy with that.
That's
5 for
fantastic.
4. EnVyUs are just a 1 round ahead at the moment against NiP. Now, still, the money's not the best situation for them, but NiP will be on the eco. EnVyUs need to capitalize on this and just need to hold on to as many weapons as possible. Nice angle by Happy. They gets the nade and doesn't do too much damage though. And NiP will be running straight into Shoxy. He gets 1, gets 2. Yes, he gets the 3rd, but finally taken down by Freiburg. MBK also did get rid of Get Right, so it's all going to be up to Freiburg.
Got the bomb. He's got a FAMAS to play with now as well, but that was some excellent spray control from Shoxy and good information as well from Happy. That's what it's all about, communication. Shoxy could have very well got flanked right there before Happy could have reacted. But there's the peek, and NBK just takes Freiburg off the map. Got a solid hold there and a good reaction from Happy. That's what it boils down to right there. Shoxy keeping his cool with the spray and Happy with the quick communication. Look at this, actually, this is a bit of an interesting buy. Does he have the AWP? No, Alu's just going straight Tech 9. Okay, then.
Interesting choice by NiP. No AWP to combat the AWP of Shoxy right now. I really want to see NiP just try and get straight into one of these sites right now. Every round taking it so slow at the moment. Fireboat's getting the first kill of this round. Trying to continue it, spamming through that smoke, but EnVyUs, oh, nicely done by Smith. Does tag Alu down to 30 health there, but not the man with the weapons in his hand.
Exactly, that's a little bit unfortunate, right? You would much rather do the damage to somebody holding an AK or a Galil. But NiP right now, they did get the entry, and this is just slow, patient work from them. They know they have the advantage, and they're just looking to grind out the round. Unfortunately for them, you cannot wallbang through that, but Exist decides to get the job done when Kiyoshima takes a sidestep and peeks into a 4, or rather a 5-on-3, but then Happy does make it a 4-on-3.
And this is it, Smith needs to hit the shots. They are coming towards him. They're going to be pushing him nice and fast. It's coming from all directions, and Exist gets the better of him. It's now up to MBK. He gets one with the Molotov. Now another one with the FAMAS. Can he hold? Can he do this for his team? It's in a 2v2 right now. He's got to wait for Happy to come and back him up.
That's the waiting game now. 28 seconds, and NiP are making use of every single one of them. They know that they can play the time a little bit and wait for somebody to get antsy, and that's it. NBK, as soon as he starts questioning things, walks right out into the open and gets punished for it. Happy now, the last man alive here with 50 HP in a 1v2, but NiP, this is not a situation that they should be able to lose, and they take that fight and win it. So, NiP right back into the mix here. This has, again, just been the theme of this grand final. So close. Each and every round is just down to the wire, and it's always an exchange, just back and forth. Apart from the one exception, I suppose, on Cash, right? But
we'll ignore that.
We'll ignore that one, right? You know, just so it looks pretty and fits nice, and you know, I can just say that, you know, this is just so close.
Well, 6-5 in favor of EnVyUs still, but NiP picking up that last round. Crucial round for them as well. Still, now they've opted just for AKs once again. See Alu struggling with the money. Doesn't really have too many grenades either, and well, Exist is going to get boosted up there. EnVyUs, they've got to hold this B bomb site just a little bit better.
Now, this really has been where NiP have been focusing their attention, just B site. But the shots that you have to hit sometimes to hold off that B site push are so difficult, especially if you're behind the pillar on that B site. You know, it's like a cat push on Dust 2, you know, towards that A site, right? You just need to lock onto the head. Exactly. You just need to lock onto the head and, you know, pull the trigger, and it's very difficult to do. So NiP taking advantage of that. They are definitely not afraid of taking these fights in the end.
Oh, the spray off there between Forest and Happy. Forest does get the better of Happy there. It's going to give him the one-man advantage, but again, a very slow and steady round from NiP. And look where the bomb is currently. They looked like they were going to go B, kind of trying to fake out EnVyUs. They've got 3 towards the B bomb site right now, and look at that. Shoxy opens up on the Forest, comes in with a reply frag, but it looks like they're going to try and push onto this A site, but they're going to try and get Shoxy down first. Existo making his way. He's in B all alone. Playing the Lone Ranger for now, but Alu straight onto MBK. It's going to be all up to Kiyoshima and Shoxy. Shoxy, though, only down on 22 health in a tricky situation right now.
Get right has to be very careful, but there's the instant headshot coming around that corner from Shoxy. Excellent work from him, trying to reposition himself. But they're not aware. I mean, does Kiyoshima know that somebody is flanking him right now? It seems like it. He's worried, and just that timing, he still manages to rectify the spray and find the headshot in the end. But he was caught mid-air there at the beginning, so that could have gone either way.
Yeah, they are going to be saving it now. Probably the best decision they can make, because they just got completely caught off guard by just fully focused and committed with another B push, and then NiP just turned it around on them.
Both of these teams should be fairly low on money right now, so the fact that, yeah, it's like they now have a bit of bank on NiP's side, so they're going to spend a lot of that right now, actually, having to re-equip their players. But the ones who are really hurting are Envy. They are so low right now, so these 2 rifles can make a world of difference. It's excellent that Envy were able to hold on to it.
Well, interesting buy for EnVyUs. They've got the guns coming in for the M4 and the AK that was saved over, Season 75, P2000 and the USP. Gonna see what work they can make of it. Maybe just try something a little bit more risky here, because NiP, they're just playing so slow. I'd like to see Happy get back on the board and kind of push them out a little bit.
Right now, really, it is the waiting game. So very careful. And NiP as well, just holding the angles. And this is very difficult, you know, when you want to think about pushing. When NiP aren't showing anything at the beginning of these rounds, you know, where exactly do you go? They really are focusing quite a bit on this A site right now, or this B site rather. right now, Envy. Leaving one rifle alone, but Kyoshima needed to hit that shot, boosted because of it, but Exist, he manages to tag him first, and now man advantage here for NiP, and once again setting up the smokes for the B push.
Brilliant smoke coming out from Exist there. They're not pushing onto the side just yet, they're keeping it back, holding back. NBK has managed to pick up the gun that Kyoshima dropped, but he can't do anything with it. Exist gets the better of him. Smith gets one kill. Can he get another? No, he's shot in the back by Exist. Happy does manage to get a kill on to Get Right. It's 3 versus 2, currently in favor of NiP. Exist is doing damage right now. 4 kills on the board for him.
Shoxy on the hunt. NiP at this point, though, they know it's a 1v3. They can afford to give up one frag trying to peek these angles, and there you go. Exist solo, he gets taken out, but the time that it takes Shoxy to get that kill, Alu's able to step out into the open and find the headshot first. So there it is, NiP passing ahead in rounds here over Envy on their T side. This is just a huge lead for NiP, actually, because Envy should be expecting to shut this down at around 10-5, 9-6 at the most. The fact that NiP, now the best case scenario for Envy is they have to win the remaining 2 rounds, and even then, 8-7, it's far too close for comfort.
Yeah, it's going to go right down to the wire once again between these 2 teams. The recurring theme of these series.
Good information gained there by Get Right, however. NBK just playing incredibly passive over here. Not wanting to give anything away. Going for a bit of the pre-fire, but now we have to see exactly how things are going to shape up. Looks like Get Right wants to just set up to be able to actually start moving in here, but the flash is going to catch him. It's going to take a little bit more time with it, but just look at how incredibly patient NiP are playing right now. Not giving anything away.
Yeah, no one's taking that risk at all. No one's going to risk anything. They want to just stay completely hidden. They know they need to get that one-man advantage, but Smith's, I think he's in a good position here, and oh, he does not manage to get that shot. Finally does open up, though, and kill Get Right. Oh, he's quickly taken down by Exist. A straight reply, 1 for 1 this entire time.
Yeah, exactly right. Force is going to have to check left if he wants it to. I mean, he's checking for Hen Hunt right now, but he is going to get taken out by NBK. Perfect shot there by NBK. They line up for him. He nearly takes out all 3, and they just get bogged down here at the edge of long. NBK with the headshots everywhere, and the last man standing for NiP will get revenge for his fallen mates, but this is now going to be a 1v3 scenario here for Freiburg with 20 seconds left, and he's about to walk into 2 members of Envy.
Freiburg's got to be very careful right now, make the most of it with 20 seconds on the clock. He gets shut down by Shoxy. Very strong round from EnVyUs, but NBK instrumental in that with huge 3 kills.
That's where, when you're on and you just start lining them up, he catches them in that gap as well, so he can get more of a body shot. If you can get them before they get to the low wall, where then you're really only aiming for the head, you know, it's that easier shot, and he manages to just draw that line that NiP cannot pass. So well played there by NBK, just stopping NiP cold. And this actually forces NiP into a bit of an awkward buy situation for the last round here of this first half. Pistols on 3, rifles on 2, somewhat limited nades. Right now, I mean, just this slow, steady pace has really paid off for NiP. Again, just taking the time.
Oh,
that
look
peak.
at that. Drop down to 6 health already. Get Right's not going to be happy with that. NBK getting the better of him, and Smith's coming in to finish him off. Oh, and he comes around. Alu, though, does fire back with a Tech 9, taking down NBK. But they need to try to get their hands on some of these weapons.
Yeah, they know, and they're going to use that smoke, exactly. They're going to use that smoke to be able to drop down in there and maybe snake one away. But Smith is here to try and hold that angle. He takes them quite a bit of damage, actually. Drops down to 40 HP. That should open things up here for Exist to be able to work his way forward and actually pick up one of these guns. Alu can come in behind him as well. An M4, an AK, this is great armament here for NiP to be picking up.
It's taking these calculated risks right now. They're in a 4v4. It's just checking every angle once again, making sure he's going back to where he's previously been. He doesn't want to get caught off guard. Kyoshima knows the information right now. He knows they're not around there anymore.
But look at this misinformation, in fact, being sold here by NiP. They're making noise over at A. Envy have bought into this. They've circumnavigated the bomb. I mean, Shoxy is going to be able to take out Freiburg, but there's still a man lurking in mid, and in the meantime, the bomb is getting planted at B site. Envy are going to be scratching their heads, wondering what is going on. Forrest with the headshot on Shoxy certainly isn't going to help things. He gets caught in the crossfire, but these are valuable seconds that are ticking off the clock.
Yeah, that bomb's going to be ticking very fast by the time they get to an Exist. Coming to open up, but does get shot down by Kyoshima. We're now in a 1v1. It's Alu versus Happy. It's the last round of the first half, and look what Alu's doing. Smart, sneaky man right now. Oh, and look at that. Completely destroyed. Very easy round for Alu there. So smart.
Look at him, man. He's just so calm and collected. Alu is definitely that kind of player who does not show emotion. I mean, he'll go for the fist bump every now and again. But coming out of those situations, you'd think your heart's pounding and you're just totally wired. But it just looks like it's any other day.
Yeah,
it's
not phased at all.
I mean, he's had 2 big clutch rounds actually throughout that first half, at least 2 that we can remember, right? So I mean, he has made an impact here for NiP so far. It's Envy now who are just under an enormous amount of pressure actually, because they're the team that's in the lead. They have the 2-1 lead. They just need this one map to secure the title. But they've basically bungled their first half, and now have to just come up with a magical T-half to really, go out and close it in a 3-1 fashion.
Yeah, they need to have the most amazing T-half of their lives on this map, and they're probably going to take some time just to kind of think and plan, because I guarantee you their CT half didn't go to the plan they made originally.
Now, what I'm wondering is what kind of style are they going to approach it with? Because, Cash is all out aggression, 4 guys running all over the place. Dust 2, more of the same. Are we going to see that kind of just all-out pressure coming out here from Envy, or is it going to be more of the slow, sedated pace that NiP set in the first half? friberg does not like plants. Apparently, he doesn't like animals. He doesn't like plants. Man, this guy.
Bad manner.
Yeah, man. It's a good thing there isn't a fly in the boat. But here we have it already, just the group rush coming through towards the A side with that bomb. They have the lurker as well. Happy he's just waiting in connector, listening to see if they're going to go by. Will NiP make the mistake of letting him backstab them?
It's all being a little bit fast to start off with, and look at that get right. Catches on to Happy. We spoke about it before and we said they know that it was happening, and look at this. friberg, huge USP shot, 1 kill. Tries to get the second, but shut down by NBK there. NiP on the back foot just a little bit. They've got to try and get a couple more kills here. Happy still playing around, but Forest comes in to shut him down. NBK jumping up with that Glock. Doesn't want to take the risk, got the burst on go. Bomb has been planted now. 3 versus 3, but EnVyUs, the healths are deteriorating very fast.
The problem here is that they don't have the best crossfire, but Shoxy able to give some support to NBK. NBK buying valuable seconds here, and Shoxy with the second kill takes out Forest. 1v2 now, and it's down to Get Right. Can he clutch it now? Can he pull an Holu? Shoxy's gonna get caught, and now the last man alive. Smith's just pinned down on this site, and he has to play Ring Around the Rosies with the hut, but Get Right is just so close to taking him out time and time again. Walks up and gets the job done, but he doesn't have the time for the defuse. Envy will be picking up the second round here, this incredibly important T-side pistol.
Incredible round there. EnVyUs played it so smart for time. Low on health compared to NiP. Shoxy coming up huge, pretty much protecting NBK there towards the end. And
yeah. That kill right there, NBK should have been a goner.
Yeah.
That guy dropping on him, that should have been it, but Shoxy just slapped that aside. And the other hero here is actually Happy. He cost NiP valuable time by forcing them to come back and deal with him to make sure that he wouldn't be able to backstab them. Yeah. So that was very big there by Happy. Shoxy putting the pressure on there, not expecting a second man. He goes for the reload. Matchmaking stress.
And Shoxy does pick up both kills there with the UMP. Got to deal with the rest of NiP though, but it's going to take him a little bit of time to react. And look at this once again. Happy just going for his little lurking situation, trying to find people. He's going to see exist. Oh, it exists. Does some damage onto him. Going to lose the Galil now, and it's not the ideal situation that EnVyUs wanted.
And Exist is still here. What? Oh, there's the HE touchdown nade. Kiyoshima's going to be able to get that plant. 2-on-4 scenario here, 5-7 and P250 in hand for the remaining members of NiP, and they are trying to close in on this. Shoxy's actually going to go for the hunt. He just goes in for the full-out run and gun. Doesn't see the second man, however, and he is going to get caught out. Get Right doing the damage, but the second ump comes into it, and Smith will clean it up. Envy just keeping the pressure up.
Yeah, Envy was looking very confident right there, and another round on the board from this is what they needed. This is the start they needed for their T-half. But it's all going to come down to that all-important gun round, and, well, they need to have the master plan in order to take NiP down and try and close this out 3-1.
Exactly right, and we're going to see that in the 19th. But for now, Envy continue to go with the anti-eco strats, essentially, double ump. I mean, Shoxy, that's $1,200 that he just spent right there, so it's not that big of a deal. $1,200, and I think he bought like a flash and aid, or flash and a smoke, and Kevlar. I mean, not a big investment for him, but he is sitting on some pretty big cash right now.
And look at Happy once again, all on his own, trying to do the damage. He is getting shot down. There's got to be so careful. And he is taken down by Forest. They will grab his Galil. It's not worked out from the past 2 rounds. They've got wise to it. Well, we're looking at what Get Right's going to do here now. And they've got into this A bomb site, but they are kind of surrounded. Smith comes up with the UMP. Freiberg, nice position, but Shoxy gets the better of him, jumping once again. Get right takes him down though, and that's with the reply. Got the UMP, can he make it work? Kiyoshima shuts him down, and now it's all up to the last member of the CT side. It is Alu. He's got a Galil though, and woo!
Yeah, woo is right.
Didn't expect the mid-air jump headshot there.
Dialed in. You can see Kiyoshima there on your screen, as well as Happy sitting to his left. The mastermind and the lurker.
And it's just not phased at all. It's just Cobb did it.
They got to be dialed in right now, both of these teams. That was also a very solid round coming out of NiP. Far too much damage taken by Team Envy. I'm sure that they're glad that they got all those UMP kills. That's bonus money going into their pockets. But here we go. The aggression coming out from Envy, and NBK is able to catch Freiberg out early. This is a big kill, and you can already see the reaction from NiP. They're starting to funnel closer to that A site. Do Team Envy commit?
Oh, and Get Right should have got the kill there, but Kiyoshima got the better of him. Tries to get a warp shot from Alu. He's just not working. NiP are not hitting the shots right now. And Envy, they're just starting to walk all over him. Only Forest and Exist left. And, well, they've got to take on 5 members of EnVyUs right now, and it's not likely to happen.
It is definitely far from it now. The first concern for them is, can we actually hold on to our guns? And it's not going to be the case for Exist. Is Forrest going to be any luckier here? Is he going to have any more luck? I mean, Shoxy's about to jump into connector, and there you go. Forrest gets it, but he gets headshot in the process, and that's certainly not going to help things for him. Life expectancy drops to 0 as Happy catches him before that smoke goes up, and Envy will now have full control. Because that's the ideal situation here for Envy. This is now real fear that's starting to set in for NiP, because they've given up the pistol, they've given up the first buy round. This is where the real danger sets in, where Envy can start rolling, because Smith's, Kiyoshima, these guys are sitting on near $10,000 in the bank. It's a nightmare for NiP to have to break that.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work, and NiP are going to have to come up with something special here. But EnVyUs, they're just on a roll right now, and we were worried about what they're going to do on the T side. Well, so far it looks like they've got it solved, and they've just got to not make any silly mistakes right now. Shoxy jumping around with that UMP once again, just using it to his advantage, trying to scout out there. And look at that MBK straight away with the reply. Does return the frag onto Forest. Smith's getting Get Right there. And look, NiP falling down, but Alu comes in, does get 1 kill. Won't be able to go for the guns just yet, but Smith is on very low HP. If he can get round there, he might be able to pick up the kill and turn this into NiP's favor. Nice using the Molotov, though.
I like that Molotov. That is very good. Without the Kevlar, you're going to take far too much damage trying to run through that. So that's going to buy valuable seconds here. Alu just waiting, goes leaping in, grabs that AK. He now has the tools necessary, but Happy hits the perfect timing to ruin his hopes and dreams. Alu, it's not happening, man. Go back to the forest.
It's all up to Exist now, and Happy will come and find him, finish him off, take it to 12-8, and look at this for EnVyUs now. They've got a 4-round lead. This is potentially the last map here at Gfinity, and, well, EnVyUs, they're looking in good form on this T side.
They are. They're starting to get that confidence, that momentum going their way. Smith actually stays with the ump. Not sure if I agree with this decision. When you're sitting on so much money, just drop it, get an AWP, get a rifle. I mean,
I can kind of see what they're doing, because they're utilizing it in a way where they can just push forward and not worry about losing a weapon on its own. But I agree with you, it just needs to upgrade now. And look at NiP, they've just come so dominant just when it was required. Everyone's being dropped right now, and it's all up to Smith. He does manage to get the kill on to Get Right. He's being found by Freiberg, though. Doesn't have the bomb, and he's only got his UMP, and this is where the issue comes in.
Man, that timing just does not work out for Freiberg either. All of that spray, 0 kills. But this is Envy just getting slammed by NiP. Envy trying to go for the 4-man push, you know, just the push, right? Get into mid again, just try and catch NiP off guard. But this time around, NiP were clearly prepared. They had that crossfire there to lock down that section of the map, and that's everything going according to plan for NiP. There's nothing really apart from just, you know, them hitting the shots in that scenario.
Smith's had 14K there. Money's not going to be an issue for these guys, but that previous round, NiP desperately needed that, and they bought their A-game. Can they make any more of it right now? Full buy from EnVyUs, and look, all AK's a much smarter decision this time round.
Yeah.
Forrest in a very good position. Oh, and he doesn't get, oh, and he fluffs the shot against Shoxy. Shoxy gets the better of him, and now it's going to be up to Exist to try and stop this rush just a little bit. Hold it off. MBK onto Existo. Get Right is the man of the moment. He's going to be the one to try and take control of this bomb site while he waits for the rest of his team to come towards him. Oh, and Kiyoshima rips off his head. Absolutely fantastic work, and Happy's being allowed to sneak round. Fantastic shot from Alu, though. Can he do anything more with it? 48 health. They know exactly where he is, and he's heard the noise. MBK, he looks for it. MBK gets the better of him. Nice shot by MBK, but well played. Alu, he was so on the ball, he knew exactly what was happening, and he just couldn't make it work.
Right now, I'm wondering if NiP, they're having flashbacks. You know, it's a Cologne, all of a sudden, Kyoshima running around corners, taking people's faces off with the AK. It's just like nightmares. You know, they close their eyes, and it's just this slideshow going in front of them. I mean, right now, that is a real problem because NiP are quickly running out of rounds, and because of just them winning a round and then losing a round, it's forced them into this position of, well, we're going to take a risk, we're going to go for a buy, but we really don't have much gear to back this up.
Yeah, and if they drop this round now, that could be all she wrote. It's going to be some very tricky situations. Freiburg trying to do the spam here against Kyoshima there. Nicely done, does 30 bits of damage, but not quite enough to get the kill. Oh, but Alu, this is what you were looking for. Gets the shot onto Shoxy there, and MBK's replying to get rid of Exist. It's 1-for-1 trades right now, but Freiburg's still only on 2 health, and MBK comes straight into the B-bomb site, opens up Forest, and now look at Get Right. He's only got the 5-7 in his hand, but he's got to make this work. He's getting up close and personal. This is what you need. Freiburg's gone down, but Get Right, he's already given his position away, and MBK takes off his head. That's not what they needed. It's all up to Alu. Alu gets 1. He's still on 100 health. He's got the AWP in hand. He's playing it smart, but look at that. Happy takes him down. 14-9, and it looks like EnVyUs have put NiP in the situation that they could only hope was never going to happen.
Exactly right. Now it's just NiP having to go for a force. I mean, it's either force or do they have the courage to eco? They're going for overtime. They are going for overtime. This takes a lot of courage.
Hey, NiP magic, that's all it's got to come down to now.
Wow, okay then, NiP. They go for the clay. I mean, this is a very big boost, and this is all the mind game. This is the mind game. They're trying to draw Shoxy into this, but Shoxy picks off Alu, checks to make sure the second man isn't there, but does not hit the spray. Kyoshima, in the meantime, is taking out Get Right, and Happiest found Exist, but the remaining 2 members, they know where they are. Shoxy spotted them, so EnVyUs should be able to get this bomb plant on the B site fairly easily here.
Yeah, just Freiburg and Forest remain. The bomb will comfortably go down on the B side, but they have less missed, a little bit undefended at the moment. Oh, nice shot from Forest, waiting for Kyoshima to come around the corner. If Freiburg can now pick himself up a weapon, but nope, Happy's not going to let that happen. So it's just going to be Forest trying to hold on to this and take it through to the next round, and they really are just going to have to go for all out for this overtime.
Exactly, that's it. It's now going to have to be 6 rounds in a row for NiP on the CT side, and off of the back of a force buy.
There's no other team, I think, in the world that could do this right now and put such a risk on it. Only NiP can play for this kind of situation right now.
Forrest is in an ideal situation here. He should be able to hold on to this AK as well. That means so much for his team. When they're broke the way they are, having an AK, a free rifle, could make all the difference in the world. That means somebody with full gear, the nades, the Kevlar, the kit, they're going to have everything at least on one person in NiP. We have to see what kind of buy they're going to be able to cobble together here.
EnVyUs potentially 1 round away here from being the first Gfinity Spring Master 1 champions, and NiP are playing for overtime. They're going to give it their all. Alu's got to hit these shots. He's got to get the early picks out here, I think. He's got to scout out with that AWP and really put the pressure on EnVyUs.
Let us see, Smiths with the opening flash, and are they going to go for the all-out aggression? Yes, they will, and there you go. Initial shot coming in from Exist. The headshot comes in, and Forrest is going to be able to pick up a second one, but then Smiths returns with the double kill of his own. They're going to be able to cross that line as well and get that bomb onto the bomb site.
Get Right. Just there, taking it slow. Happy playing around here, can't get the kill. Bomb has been planted on the B bomb site. Happy still quite a way away. Smiths, oh my God, Happy gets it, and he can't get the last one. It's all up to Alu. He's got 9 health, and he's got to deal with 2 members of EnVyUs. This is not looking good for him. He's got to give it all he can right now. Coming through very fast. He's running out of time drastically, and look at that, Kyoshima saw him. He's going to come around the back of him, and Smiths gets the final kill. Good game, and EnVyUs are your champions. Fantastic bit of counter-strike from both teams there.
And there's the winning moment, but look at how laid back they are about the whole thing.
Casual as hell.
Casual, that was the best of 5, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that is about as good as it gets as far as establishing dominance. But NiP, I mean, going to come in and shake the hands, of course, you know, congratulate Envy on yet another victory. So that's another gold medal being added to this team, a team that has not been knocked out of the top 4 in any tournament that they've played in. I mean, they have dominated.
And we were worried about EnVyUs going on to the T side, and they just made it look so easy once they got in that flow.
Again, headshots, just headshots, headshots, headshots. Going together as a group, round after round, they just started to press forward, gather up, and then it's all about just Kiyoshima taking that entry position. Smith also, in that last round, he was the one who managed to step forward and actually create the opportunity to be able to get across and get that bomb planted. And once that happens, it just starts falling apart for NiP. It was going to be a difficult position for NiP regardless, because they were just low on nades. They didn't have everything they needed to really set up the perfect defense. So everything pointed, throughout this entire half, to EnVy managing to just get this victory for themselves.
And once they got themselves in that terrible situation with the money, they just kind of fell flat once again. Ali was hitting off some amazing AWP shots and really pushing it, but it just wasn't enough. And EnVyUs, they just seemed so drilled and ready. Everything that NiP threw at them, they just dealt with so calmly.
Exactly. I mean, it's just that bumpy start, that Inferno, but they were able to just come right back into it. I mean, let's go ahead and throw it over to the analyst, but just to remind you all, we will be coming back very shortly here to hand off the trophy.
There you have it, folks. Our champions, EnVyUs. Spring Masters #1 here at Gfinity. Big shout out to the players as well as Hastro, their owner/manager. This is their first big title win. It was in kind of process that he was like working to get this team before, during the X Games. It was kind of going to happen afterwards, but LDLC said, no, we're keeping him at least till Aspen. So he didn't really get that gold medal under his belt. So great job by them, obviously. I think someone predicted a 3-1. 3. Yeah, I think that would be you, Richard.
Well,
now, again, your maps are wrong. Your maps are wrong.
You got the overall one right, yeah.
And again, NiP yet again a second place. Second place for NiP.
Remember though, JW did say that NiP would win 3-2.
Right.
That is true. Yeah.
Admitting that I got that right, but you're as salty as the
That hurts, doesn't
right
it?
now. Like,
Check your electrolytes.
Yeah, well, stay hydrated, guys.
Stay hydrated.
Salt can kill you. Too much of it. It's your heart. You got to have a good heart. I know NiP fans have got a big heart, so don't let that salt kill it.
And again, that was a really
Like your dreams.
good start for NiP, right? Like that was a great, solid first half. Let's just talk about the match a little bit. Start with you, JW.
Yeah, that's good.
I think it was like a classic current NiP start, starting T, right? Yeah, and got that good start. A very good start, I would say.
7
But
rounds it was.
Yeah, no, 8. I
8?
think. Yeah, I think they got 8-7 as T. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
right.
very good.
Sorry, my bad.
And then CT, they just fell apart pretty much. It feels like that is the current problem with this NiP lineup right now, that they don't get the CT game to work. I think if they get the CT game to work, they will be like very, very, very scarier than they actually are right now, because the T side is probably one of the best right now. But it's just that CT game that they can't get together, I think.
That's why this was the wrong team to play now, though, because we've seen in this tournament, EnVy's T side against everyone has been amazing on every map as well. Even the maps that are like cash, you're not supposed to win the T side on that map, but they've been incredible. And listen, I said before that stat, Shox had never lost a final to NiP. He still hasn't. There's a reason why. Look at that last map there. It was absolutely crazy. His dominance when he had an AK, he was absolutely unreal. I guess in the end, Scott, maybe NiP could have used a little bit of that magic.
He's going to keep bringing up the magic. You can tweet it, get right later, mate.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Take your dick waving contest somewhere else
This
for 5 minutes.
is the analysis. I thought this was settling scores with Thorin and Rich.
No.
Settling scores. That would be a good show, actually. That show.
Coming.
Can I be in on that?
Yeah.
Okay. No, because you're gonna settle them against me. I got you.
So look, how I
We also have our prize pool up here. Let's do that first, Richard, and then I'll let you make your point. So obviously, this is how it ends up, folks. 50 grand total on the line. 4 places get paid. You can see it right in front of you. 25 grand, 15, 7, and 3,000. And again, all these teams, kind of a cool thing. All expense paid trip. Players got food vouchers, hotel, flight. So again, for an organization, a free event, so to speak, and possible exposure. So kind of nice. Really cool. Again, congratulations to EnVyUs. And go ahead with good point.
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's been lots of question marks about NiP, like what, they've changed players. We had Makalela in, and I think they had a much stronger CT dynamic when Makalela was playing. I think defensively they were a lot stronger. They brought Arlo in, and I think unquestionably he's given them more in that T side, but it seems to really be at the expense of the CT side. They're at 6s and 7s. Now, I wonder if that relates to the point JW made before that final map, which is it's a communications thing, because obviously on CT you need your rotations, you need your communication to be on point, you need to make calls pretty quickly and accurately. So that perhaps is something they can get right. But if it's something deeper than just a linguistic issue. I think NiP are going to have problems right now because, teams like yourself, Fnatic, and obviously EnVyUs are posting great, terrorist halves as well. They know how to be aggressive. They know how to get in your face. And, Duncan rightly identifies EnVyUs today. I'd love to see the stat, actually, if we could, about what kind of scores they got in T-halves consistently across the tournament. Because I imagine, how many T-halves do you reckon they've lost overall?
I would guess only maybe one or two.
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah. It can't have been many.
And again, in that matchup, we talked about it before, they had won all 6 pistols. They won both of those too. So all 8 pistols went to EnVyUs.
Yeah, and again, huge pistol dominance. And that's really strange because NiP were one of the first teams that really sort of showed the benefits of playing around with other guns. They were the first guys to be like, okay, well, we've lost this one, but it's okay, we've got enough money for a Mag 7 or whatever. They used to play around and marshal the other guns and use them to win eco rounds. Now it seems like, again, you guys and EnVyUs, you're getting hold of that Tech 9, and they're like, look, it doesn't matter if you've got guns. Our one-bullet aim is as good as anyone's in the world, and we can win these eco rounds. And EnVyUs winning all the pistols and key eco rounds when the game was tied up, that's what champions do.
Yeah, I really think that I wouldn't blame it all on him, of course, but I think a big reason why they lose all these pistol rounds is Forrest. He usually put up these big numbers on the pistol rounds for NiP, and like always these 3 kills, 4 kills, but we didn't really see that today. I think that is a big reason to why they actually lost the pistol rounds. Not the only reason, but I think he always play a big part in all the pistol round wins for NiP, and I think he didn't really show up as the pistol Forest we used to see him today.
Yeah, I know. He has been off a little bit these last couple of tournaments, which was something we talked about in the build-up to that game. And look, Patrick's a true champion, absolute great player, a god in Counter-Strike terms. I'm sure he'll be back to his best if he wants to get there. We have seen NiP have these lulls when they have these like quite densely packed periods where they're at tournaments over and over and over again, and sometimes they take the foot off the gas. We saw it at the last Gfinity actually, where we saw a quite a poor malfunctioning NiP when they just come back from a holiday. So look, I'm sure they'll start getting into the swing of things, but right now, like you say, this is a NiP side that doesn't look like their old selves.
Now listen, I get it. Like, I let these guys handle the NiP side. There's a team who just won a best of 5 here, 3-1, and the one map they lost was by 2 rounds. So to give it up for Envy, you can't. Listen,
well, we knew you were going to do that anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing you can say about Envy that's negative is they haven't been Fnatic. Like I actually said before this last major, if Envy were to win that major, you'd actually have to change it. I always called it the Fnatic era, okay, because they'd won by far the most tournaments. They had all the top 4s just like Envy, but now, and Envy obviously had a major, but now obviously Fnatic's still ahead, but in some ways, it has been the Fnatic and Envy era overall, because these are the teams that nearly always finish top 4. The amount of events they've shared between themselves, they've lost almost none when both of them attend, It almost never happens. And now, here we go. Fnatic's not here, and they only drop 1 map, and that's 16-14. They just cruise through the competition, So they're a phenomenal team. I actually want to see them play Fnatic again after this sort of performance, Let's see them go head-to-head in their primes, because they looked absolutely dominant here.
Is that likely to happen soon? Is there any competitions coming up where you guys are going to be playing them?
I don't think so. Next for us is ECA, the LAN finals. I think they are not playing there.
Yeah.
So
and then they go to Star Ladder, I think.
Yeah, and we failed to qualify for Star Ladder.
This is like Mayweather Pacquiao going on at the moment. You guys,
I think it could be a good thing though, like that it takes a long time before we actually play them, and that it's actually a bigger matchup if you get.
Oh yeah, definitely, it'll be huge.
I think a lot of people is looking forward to that. We ourselves, of course, as well, because we want to show that we are the #1. But so I think I don't really know when we play them, but I hope we do it pretty soon.
Yeah, same here.
Should we pick an MVP?
Yeah, good idea, actually. Yeah. Obviously, we didn't talk about it in advance to kind of keep an eye on it. But yeah. What do you think? Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go with Shocks, because he didn't carry every map.
Why did we even question that?
He didn't carry every map, but listen, the maps he didn't carry, he still had insane kills that like almost no one else can pull off. And then he did carry that last map. He had a few that he was the main force in it. And within their team, actually, this was very much a shared effort, I thought. It wasn't just like one guy dominating. So I'd pick him overall.
Great.
Let JW have his say on the MVP as well, because you are a player, you know what to look for.
Like, based on the final, I think they all did a pretty good job. Like, Kiyoshima had his maps, and I must say that MBK did a great job this last map. But overall, over the whole final, I think Shocks deserves it, to be honest, because he did a stable job on all the maps.
I mean, I always give mad props to Happy because I think people forget that he is the in-game leader. You know, he's the throbbing brain of the team, and he drops all these frags as well, which is like pretty much unheard of in the in the modern CS:GO era. So I always like to give him props. But yeah, I got to go with Thorin's personal pick, and yeah, the MVP award is the Shocks award, as it just so happens.
I was going to say, by the way, the end rankings on the tournament were just in line with my world rankings.
It's like you've got nothing to do but watch the game.
Well, I do stuff while I'm watching the game. That's
So, so who's the
Especially
bigger?
when
I'm watching Shocks.
Who's the bigger MVP though? Blonde Shocks or natural?
The blonde thing worked for him, didn't it?
It worked today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He should keep it.
We're about to go to the awards ceremony, but obviously, so it's going to be the end of our little segments here at the studio. It's been great being with you guys, and thank you so much for JW stopping by and hanging out with us today.
Pleasure was all mine.
Dealing with all the abuse on camera and off. Final thoughts. Let's start with you on the tournament, and obviously how to find you. You know, your YouTube, all that kind of good stuff. Give your plugs.
No, fun tournament. Like as we went on, like I think we showed, despite the time constraints early on, what a great format best of 3 is in the group stage. I want to see that in majors now.
Yeah.
Because like we saw here, if it had been best of 1, what utterly skewed results we'd have had.
Yeah.
And then even in the final, best of 5, it's hard to argue who was the best team in that final. There, it was pretty convincing. And so, yeah, dominant performance by EnVy. Great to see NiP get better as the tournament went on and challenge everyone. Virtus.pro even with a stand-in pretty good. So yeah, great tournament, I think. If you want to follow me, it's Thorin with 3 O's everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff.
And then the website where you put a lot of content as well as your rankings is what again?
Goldper10.com.
Goldper10.com. All right.
Yeah, my final thoughts. Obviously, I'm not going to be as crass as to plug my Twitter and YouTube and all that because if people want to find
He's got
me,
a lot of integrity. He doesn't have many followers.
Yeah.
He just selects a few.
Yeah.
He handpicks them, I believe.
His
grandma, his nan.
my mum especially. Thanks,
She's great.
No, but obviously, if people want to find me, they know where to do it. What I wanted to say is, there was some hurdles here at Gfinity. Obviously, they're cutting me a paycheck right now, so people might take this with a pinch of
Wait, you got
salt.
paid?
Yeah, yeah, up front.
I pay them.
Listen, the thing is, they did have these hurdles on day one. Everyone was super negative. I mean, people need to think about actually where we've got to here. We've had like the best of 3 group stage, which even bigger tournaments and more experienced tournament organizers shy away from because they're worried about delays, and that. That worked out, and that's what we all want as purists in the game. We have an amazing best-of-5 final. I mean, a great series with some incredible maps. We had yesterday the Gfiinity, I'm not sure which title he's got, but, one of the co-owners, I believe, go on Reddit to basically answer concerns of the community.
Martin,
Martin did that, and he stayed up all night to do that, to address those concerns. And not a lot of companies do that kind of thing. And ultimately, we've had, teams come for free to an event in the UK, and so I hope that people out there realise that Gfiinity are serious. They are looking to do good things for the scene, and people give them that time to learn the trade, which some of the other companies have had far more experience with doing. And of course, Robert Olin and Red Eye haven't got involved yet. So
yeah, they just are landing here. So
they had nothing to do with this event. That it's going to get better. So
nothing, I should add.
yeah. I mean, well, that's maybe they did. I don't know. I won't speak for them. But when I say nothing, I mean nothing. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's been a great event. I've had a great time. It's great to have the desk, meet the stars. It's been brilliant. So I've really enjoyed it, and looking forward to doing it again in future.
Okay. And as a player, your perspective.
Yeah, all I can say is like I think this is a prime example of why we actually should have this best of 3 groups, because if you look through the group stage, for example, NiP would have been out in the groups if it wasn't for best of 3. Cloud9 would be in a pretty bad spot as well if it wasn't for best of 3. So I think this is a prime example to look back on and like watch why we actually should have these best of 3s in the group stage, because the better team comes out in the end. So. And yeah, the final was amazing as well.
Great stuff.
4 maps, even we could have gone to 5 maps, but I mean, best of 5 is a better format as well in the finals, I would say. And yeah, it was an amazing experience as a player, I would say. So it was a very good event.
Great. Thank you, gentlemen. I would echo all that, so I'm not going to repeat it, but all the same stuff, both the good, positive and the negative. That being said, we have talked to Gfiinity. They have agreed to bring us all back in May as of right now.
Okay, yeah.
Once they hit Reddit and halflifetv.org,
HLTV.org,
yeah, they'll probably then change their mind.
HLT.
Better luck
Yeah.
next time, guys.
Start a
We'll be here for
petition
while,
maybe
yeah.
to get me out of esports. Why don't you? Anyway, so
Whitehouse.gov.
absolute pleasure being with all you guys all weekend. As always, I love hanging out with you guys, love talking on camera and off camera. So thank you very much for that. That being said, that's it for us here at the Analyst Studio. Right now, we're going to send you to the only guy in the venue that has less hair than me, Martin, the guy who made the thread on Half-Life TV, from Reddit, I should say, from Gfiinity. Take it away, Martin, for the award ceremony.
Thanks very much. What a lovely reception. That's not for me. Thanks very much, Scoots. I think we should check the follicles. I think we should check the follicles just to see if we actually got the same amount of hair. But thanks very much for the shout out. My baldness just given to the world there. Thanks. Thanks to those guys in the Analyst Studio. They've been brilliant. This was about top-class Counter-Strike all weekend, and we really have seen it. We've got a worthy winner. Everybody's come out to the Gfiinity Arena. We've had an amazing crowd across the last 3 days, and we've really seen some top-draw CSGO. Let's not waste any more time. They've just won $25,000. They're the first CSGO Spring Masters champions. Go crazy, go wild. Put your hands together for Team EnVyUs. Congratulations, boys. Right, that's it from us. This has been the first big event from the Gfiinity Arena. Hope you've enjoyed it. Great news is we've got about 24 more, so do come out and join us. We'll be back for more top-class CSGO in May for the Spring Masters 2. So keep an eye on our Twitter feed at Gfiinity for more information. If you want to come, go to the Gfiinity.net website and /tickets, and that's where you can pick up your chance to come and be 5 or 6 feet away from absolute world-class esports legends. Just want to say a few thank yous. Want to say a thank you to NJ Live, PC Hire, BenQ, GT Omega for helping us put the event on. All of the casters, all of the presenters, the boys in the Analyst Studio. Yes, they are coming back. You know, they basically told us they were coming back, so we've had to book them. Only joking, they've been brilliant. All the casters, all the admins, all the staff, of course you, the spectators, and everybody at home that's watched with us. We'll be back. This has been the Gfiinity Arena CSGO Masters 1, and we'll see you next weekend.